Episode 8 of the Sax Cast presented by Bucko Banter. As always, I'm Adam. I'm joined by Scotty Moe and the man in the middle, Sax Boy Billy. Fellas, what's going on?
What's up, dude? Episode 8. That's one away from the lucky number, man. My lucky number 9. I guess you would think, 9 was always my Little League number. Did you guys have a lucky number? Let me guess.
21.
Oh, really? Clemente?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
like every kid in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Wait. Adam, did you have one? Don't tell me. I want to guess it.
I did, yeah.
I guarantee I'm going to get it within 3 guesses.
3, all right.
Yeah, I got it. 7.
No.
Okay. Easy. Rod Woodson, 26.
No.
We're on air after you, Sax.
I'm so confident about this. I got nothing.
Down to one more. Let's go.
One more, and then I get a hint. You cocky son of a gun. Number 1.
You got it, man.
Actually?
I'm just kidding. You didn't get it. No. I wore 21 was my number growing up as like a kid, but I went to 15 in high school and I stuck with 15 pretty much for the rest of my playing days. Yeah. Dustin Pedroia. Big Dustin Pedroia guy growing up.
Okay.
Short Kings, man.
Yeah, I don't strike either of you guys as number 1 guys. I am him.
Yeah. Number 1's a little too flashy.
I don't give off that vibe.
No. 21, I like it though. A little Latin spice, a little flavor, a little Puerto Rico flavor.
I would be upset if I didn't get 21 on my Little League team or whatever team I was playing on. But guys, it was 62 degrees, I think, at high today in Pittsburgh, which was a sight to behold. I don't think it's going to last very long. I don't think it's going to get super, super cold again, but it was nice to get a glimpse of spring here, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I took that weather and I was walking around Beaver County.
Did you bike to Beaver County?
No, I took the Beaver Valley Transit bus, but
okay.
Beaver's gorgeous in the good weather. But what were you guys up to? I was biking in
tell us
the Strip District.
I was about to get into it.
And I'll just say, I'm not going to reveal exactly where Adam lives, but it's just a hilarious location if you ride a bike around Pittsburgh, because you bike past it all the time. And
he lives at Cheerleaders.
Right.
Yeah. Cheerleaders top floor. And I was just going to bike past it and take a picture for the group chat. And then I go on my pogo bike and I go out to take the pic, and then Scott is walking out of the apartment. All the times to walk out of the apartment, like how crazy is that?
The timing was impeccable. Like you just like come around the corner. I'm like, what the hell? And you just start waving. It was like in the most Sax Boy fashion of all time.
Well, you were like, what? And then you screamed into Adam. You're like, it's Sax Boy. And Adam's like, what?
Yeah, I just heard him scream outside. I was like, what the hell's going on out there? The timing is impeccable, man. That was awesome.
It really did feel like one of those moments where you're like, am I in the Truman Show? Am I in the Grand Theft Auto game or something? Like, how, of all the times for Scott to leave the house, like it's a
simulation.
Crazy.
We're in
It's a simulation.
Yeah.
What are you doing, man? It was so cold that day.
Oh, my.
I know. I'm just so excited about bike weather and getting back on the bike. Every time I get back on the bike, I immediately lose like 15 pounds. I just get like, the world is just a better place when the weather is nice. I mean, I said this, Pittsburgh legitimately, you can make the argument it becomes paradise when it gets like above 55 degrees to 60.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. The city is so beautiful. It's just like a beautiful place that it's just like they always say like summertime shy. Man, give me perfect weather Pittsburgh.
Perfect weather. Some PWP, baby.
I'm trying to think of like a similar summertime shy with a P. That just came out. I just improv that.
That's incredible. Put it on a shirt, man. Yeah, I got to see what people's legs look like today. Like I was walking around. I'm like, oh shit, people don't wear pants all the time. Like, it's that weird time of the weird year where it starts transitioning and people are like showing some type of skin and not like have like 12 coats on. It's odd walking around Pittsburgh for like 4 months and not seeing like anybody.
When I was
happy.
in, so it's odd, but we're not going to do Mongolia Corner this episode, but we are going to. I'll talk a little bit about Mongolia for a second because in Pittsburgh it's March and it's like like the weather's breaking and it's early March and you're starting to see little skin. Dude, in Mongolia that doesn't happen until May. Doesn't happen until May, and bro, when May hits, it becomes like wild on like spring break action. Like people, I've never seen less clothes on human beings in my life than like 60 degrees in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia.
Pittsburgh's, I mean, like, we're not going to get like true summer. We don't really have a spring here. It's always like, hey, it'll be like 60 degrees and then it's snowing for 3 days and then it'll hop around in the 40s, 50s. And then you think you can put everything away. Then it's freezing cold again. It's going to be cold opening week at baseball.
Yeah.
I think this is the worst time of the year.
100%.
100%.
And it's, what's always kind of like has been the saving grace of it all is, I don't know why would you guys know this? Tomorrow's my birthday.
Oh,
Sax, happy birthday.
It's the birthday app.
This is the birthday app.
Same day as Michael Irving.
Wow.
Maybe we
Okay.
can go through some same birthdays I have.
Yeah, let's go through it.
My biggest one is Martha Stewart and Tom Brady. So
That's sick.
yeah.
But yeah, it's all like so it works out for me because as a kid I got so excited about my birthday being March 5th, and then that gave me something to hope for, and it didn't really bother me that much the weather because I knew I was getting presents. But if you think about it honestly, kind of a crappy birthday because it's like too close to Christmas.
You have the same birthday as Vasily Tredakovsky.
Okay.
Pretty
Who the hell
big
is that?
stuff.
Is that a hockey player?
You'd think, yeah, close enough. He's a Russian poet and
I was going to say, is he like Nicola Machiavelli or something like that?
Yeah. You could probably picture what he looks like. It's like the Russian George Washington, pretty
Okay.
much. Yeah.
Take that.
Yeah,
Give me some more. I like this.
Yeah,
Pretty
he
cool.
was born
No,
March,
give me
March
more.
5th.
Give me more people. I never
What is-
any more about that.
What
guy.
are his thoughts
Okay.
What are his thoughts on NATO, by the way? No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding. Go ahead.
it's
So, I tell you what, Sax, it's not you got
It's slim
Kevin
pickings.
Connolly, Eva
Who?
Mendez, Kevin Connolly.
He was on
E?
Entourage. Yeah, E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
E.
I mean,
Uh,
shout out to E.
He was
but, like,
dating out of his league, man. That was unbelievable.
shout out to
Have-
E, but if that's like in the top like 5 of like,
Yeah,
I got some
it's-
hockey player and E.
Not great, man. Like I don't know, George.
Hey guys, what I'm gonna do an
Dahmer?
impression real quick. Guess who this is? Okay, ready? E.
E.T.
Mini me.
Me-
Remember?
Yeah.
You make that sound?
Is that part of your stand-up routine impression?
Yeah. Go,
Okay.
Johnstown. Come see it. All right, keep going with the birthdays.
I'm not gonna lie, these names are terrible, Sax.
All right, give it. Come on. So Jennifer.
Not gonna lie,
Connelly,
your
she's-
birthday sucks.
He,
No, I'm kidding.
Well, it's like
Eva-
here's
Eva
what I
Mendez
don't
is
get. Sorry,
good.
Adam, real quick.
Yeah.
Let's be honest about what a birthday is. It's when your parents had sex. This is summer
Well,
sex.
Well, 9
9
months,
months before.
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The sex happened in the summer. You would think there would be more birthdays.
Yeah, Andy Gibb,
Oh.
Dean Stockwell,
Yeah.
Alex James, Carolina
Roll down my
Wydra, Shea Carl Butler, Yuri Lowenthal, Bernard Arnault, Adriana Barraza, Paul
Who are these
Blackburn,
nerds?
Sax boy.
Penn
He just has me
Jillette,
on
yeah.
there.
Yeah, this
Six
is crazy.
foot
eight.
Oh, wait, okay, here we go. Bill Cosby, Harvey Weinstein,
And then the creator and then the creator of the Dorm Room for Adults song.
yeah. Well, let's go here. I think I got some pretty good ones. Like this is something I am
That
proud
was
of.
the worst list of anything I've ever heard.
Okay, bad list. You want to hear a good list? January 17th, James Earl Jones, Zoe Deschanel, Calvin Harris, Betty White, Dwayne Wade, Steve Harvey, Muhammad Ali, Al Capone,
Oh, let's go.
Benjamin Franklin, Andy Kaufman, Ray J,
Ray J.
Michelle Obama.
Oh,
Exact. And then we got the exact opposite: Kid Rock, Jim Carrey, Jake Paul, and Tiesto.
See, okay,
What a
so
party.
what's 9 months from January? Before.
July?
Yeah.
That's
around
summer.
there.
No. 9 months before would be like
It's
the
impossible.
spring.
Spring sex?
Yeah, right?
Are people just
Yeah.
all tapped out from like the spring and early summer?
Yeah.
That once you get
It'd be
to
like
like
April.
August and like what's August, September, October, November, December, January, February.
Adam was conceived during the lockout in 1994.
Yeah. No baseball. So
No baseball.
It checks out, man.
parents were bored.
That is a murder.
Or your dad was bored.
Yeah.
Or your dad.
Your dad was bored. Your dad was bored, and you came into the universe.
Scott, let's check your list. What's your birthday?
Well, have you
August
ever
3rd.
seen a bigger chasm in names than my date and your date? Jesus.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
Scott's got some decent ones here. Martin
Brady.
Sheen, Tom Brady, Tony Bennett,
Martha Stewart. Come on.
Ryan Lochte, Martha Stewart.
Right.
Todd Gurley was born on the same day of the same year.
Wow.
I'm just gonna look this up because I have a feeling like you're like mine was so bad. It's like, are you just messing with me?
No. It
Oh
is
my
bad.
god.
Yeah.
The first one I get is a Twitch star. Fresh.
Yeah. Pretty brutal. Pretty
So I guess
brutal.
yes, Scott, you have the best birthday in terms of
No,
famous
Adam
people.
does.
Adam
Oh,
does.
by,
Then
by
Scott,
far me.
and then I might have the worst one ever.
Well,
Yeah.
we know what this name of the episode is going to be. So,
Oh, Bo Bichette.
Oh, there you go. That's a
There you
good
go.
one.
Future Bucko. Well,
Future
actually,
Bucko.
actually, now that tariffs were implemented, we can't trade with Toronto anymore. So that's not going to happen.
Well, Sax, what are you doing for your birthday?
I really am. I'm going to be editing videos.
I was going to say, are you going to some
and prepping
obscure
for the
town?
Johnstown gig. What?
I was going to say, are you going to like some obscure Western PA town for your birthday to celebrate? Like,
I
don't
already
know.
did Monaco,
Waynesburg?
Rochester, Beaver. So, and then I'm going to Johnstown this weekend. So I'm all good on that. But yeah, I would actually do that 100%. No, it's like I was kind of thinking about when I was in Beaver County the last couple of days, and just kind of looking back. And I'm turning. Guess how old I am?
36.
Bettis. The Bettis.
That is
Good
here.
year.
There you go.
And dude, my gratitude. I took a bus as always, and I took the local bus from Ambridge to Beaver, and this is the first time this bus has ever been talked about on the podcast. No, but I wanted to go through like the nitty gritty, like Aliquippa, and see all the local stops on the bus and all that kind of stuff. And then one of the stops was literally across the street from my rehab, where 15 months ago I checked into Gateway Aliquippa. When I finally surrendered and realized I couldn't drink, I went to Gateway Aliquippa for 21 days, which is an absolute shithole. But I remember I stopped at the bus stop and we idled there for like 5 minutes. And I remember stories at rehab about people saying, oh, they would just check out and you can score drugs at that bus stop.
Oh, man.
So people would go to Gateway, they would clean up for, a week, they'd get all detoxed out, and then they'd leave, they'd check themselves out immediately, and they'd go to that bus stop and just score drugs. It's like in a Big Lots. And then I was like,
Hey.
but then I was like, you know what? I'm so happy that I found sobriety, and like, yeah, I'm like a little older, 36, but now I have some worldview, some perspective. I have a little, I'm just in such a good place, man. And I'm loving the account. I'm loving the pod. I'm loving everything. So very grateful for this birthday. And, if I'm going to be really kind of fucked up about it, if I played my life a certain type of way, like if I played it 10 different times, there's a good chance a couple of those outcomes I'm not even talking to you on this podcast. So it's just like extreme gratitude, extreme gratefulness, and just that's how I'm rolling through life. So it's a really happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Are you trying to get us to sing? Because it's not happening.
No, I
It's
didn't
not
know what the
happening.
hell that was.
Let's talk Beaver real quick, because that's place sucks, dude. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
come on.
Beaver's the worst. I go there all
No,
the
well,
time.
let's time
It
out. Let's
sucks.
time out. Time out.
Time out.
Beaver is okay. Beaver Falls is the bad part.
Beaver
I didn't
Falls
go to
does-
Beaver Falls. I went to Tri
Okay.
Cities.
Because Beaver, like the town of Beaver is like not bad. It's probably one of the better places. And
It was like the
Beaver
Richie
Falls.
Riches.
Yeah, exactly. But Beaver Falls is where it gets kind of, and everywhere else.
I don't know. Speak for
Cut
yourself.
by Ambridge. Yeah. Did you?
No, I mean it is what it is. It's like
Yeah.
Monaca's a little shadier. Rochester, it's kind of like upgrades. Monaca's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
like the lower end of it, and then it goes Rochester. Rochester's a little bit nicer. They got like nice restaurants, and then Beaver's like the Richie Riches. Like there's not even any bars in Beaver. I think they had like some sort of like bar ban or something. So, but it was all a bunch of like families with like daughters and like cheer gear, like drinking huge like frappuccinos. I went to like a couple of coffee shops, and I was just surprised by like the 13-year-olds like consuming just giant amounts of caffeine.
Yeah. That's would you go to Starbucks?
I went to Starbucks. I went to Waffles and Caffeinated. I went to Kalash. I went to Kalashi. Is that how you say it? Kalashi. I ate
No idea what you're
Kalashes.
talking about.
It's like some Czechoslovakian Czech. Do you even say Czechoslovakian? It's Czech Republic, right?
It's
Yeah.
Slovakian probably or Chechen.
Slovakian. She said, I was like, what is this? And she's like, she called it Czechoslovakian. I was kind of shook. I was like, did you look at a map recently, lady? But hey, maybe she's prepared for how in the next couple of years. Yeah, I got a lot of recommendations for the Beaver Valley Mall.
Okay. Like
So
what?
It's an absolute trip, bro, because at least in the Johnstown Mall, the Galleria, I like that Galleria Mall because they're at least trying. They're trying to fill it with local businesses. They had roller skating rinks at the Galleria. They had photo businesses. At this Beaver Valley Mall, bro, they just gave up. It was like probably 30% of the storefronts were populated, and it was like 70% vacancy. And it was just kind of like sad, bro. It's like, just like these communities made these bets around these malls. And then the second that, these, either the population left or these stores weren't making enough money, they just abandoned the mall. And this huge mall has just been sitting with 70%, 60%, empty stores. It's really bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say like Ross Park Mall is like the one that's kind of like stayed afloat. I know they're adding
South Hill Village, maybe.
Yeah, they're adding more stores there. It seems to be doing pretty well, but like the internet, man, I think it's just like
Amazon. No one saw
Yeah.
that coming.
yeah.
But what's
It really
happening
got
too
us.
is with these malls is it's driving down all the tax because they would tax the stores or whatever, and then now all these school districts that were used to be well funded have no money now. So it's like it's gonna get really, really sad and really bad. And now the suburbs, which used to be this like, oh, let's go move out there to get these nice schools. These schools are about to enter the danger zone, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, and now the cities where I grew up, I always didn't like malls because I'm like a city kid and like, I don't know, I have a problem with them. But now the cities seem like, I don't know, people are living more in cities these days. I don't know. Who knows? Who am I? What am I? Albert Einstein over here? I'm the birthday boy. I don't know.
You're the birthday boy. You can say whatever you want. Let me cheer us up a little bit because all this talk about poverty and places going out of
Rehab.
has me rehab. I mean, geez,
Scoring drugs in Big Lots parking
Yeah,
lots.
right. That doesn't sound too bad, right? Depends who you are, I guess. Let us cheer me up, okay? I'm gonna bring up some stories that I came across on the internet that I'd like to discuss with you boys. Some of them might be a little bit dated, but all within the last like 3 months. Okay. There's these two guys. I was really fascinated about this one. These two gentlemen from Oregon. You guys ever been to Oregon?
No.
Want to go though.
I lived there for a year.
Wow, really?
Yeah. My first
College.
year of college. I played baseball out in Oregon.
I was
Beautiful.
gonna say that sounds like a baseball thing. Like they gave you a spot on the team or something.
Beautiful state in the summer. Every other month is rainy and awful, but good outdoorsy place. So what goes with outdoorsy places? Like what kind of activities would you go do, right?
Frisbee.
That's one of them. Frisbee. Scott?
Javelin.
Hiking.
Boom.
Hiking.
Got it. So like two guys, 137 and 159 years old.
I can 37. I'm not there yet. Go ahead.
They went on a 3-day hike, and I am hesitant to call it a hike because they really categorize it as a search. All
Okay.
right.
These
two gentlemen.
Bigfoot or something?
They're looking for El Dorado?
Scott,
Waldo?
say that again.
Bigfoot?
These guys went on a 3-day search with more than 60 people to go find Bigfoot. Okay.
Okay.
Normal stuff. Like it could be like kind of a gimmick, like you go to
Yeah,
Oregon.
gimmick
it's like
tourism.
Bigfoot search. Like, let's go find Sasquatch.
There's probably like fun, like little, signs they get pictures in front of, and
Yeah, let's I'm gonna cut the story there. I want you guys to fill in the rest here. So these guys went on a search with more than 60 people.
Okay.
But these two gentlemen, 37 years old and 59 years old, also were on the search in Oregon. What happened next?
Is it like now they're being searched for?
Okay.
They ate each other.
I'm trying to think of how you set it up, like, because you're a lawyer, so you're trying to lead the witness here. Is that a thing?
I don't think objection. No leading questions.
Okay, I don't even know if that applies, but I wanted to say. So, okay, these 60 people in a group. That's a lot of people. So
a lot of people.
It would be hard to get lost with 60 people, but that sounds like a story.
It's a story.
Scott, what do you got?
I don't know. They started eating each other.
This is not the Mongolian hour, Scott. You don't have to go to the exact opposite end of the spectrum.
Dude, I have no idea.
Okay. So we got Sax. What was your guess?
I'm going to change it. I'm going to say that they liked it so much that they started a little Airbnb.
Okay, so that makes sense. Like these two guys enjoyed their search for Bigfoot so much that they decided to stay out in the woods, become woodsmen, start a business, maybe potentially host their own tours.
You said a lot better than I did.
Right? And then Scott said they ate each other.
Cannibalism
is
the scientific term.
Okay.
Scott's gonna be right.
Sax, I think that was a really good guess. I like that a lot. They ended up dying on the search for Bigfoot
because of eating each other.
No, they just were exposed to bad weather and ill preparedness on their search.
That's so lame.
If you're with 60 people, that's like a group thing. Like how are they not being taken care of?
That's a really annoying way to die.
So my point, yeah.
How did 58 people live and then 2 people died?
Right. The classic how'd he die story. Oh, he was just looking for Bigfoot. And the story is hilarious because it's like these two guys died. They were not prepared for this search. I'm trying to be respectful here because this is 2 lives that we lost, but they were looking for Sasquatch. And it like goes into this like, hey, yeah, freezing temperatures, snow, high water levels. And then it just goes into a description of Bigfoot. And it is, question.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
These people that want to find Bigfoot, say you find him, what do you do?
He's going to kill you.
So what's the point?
Get a photo, but he's blurry.
For the content?
He's blurry. You'll never get a good photo of him. He is just blurry.
Everything about this to me comes back to, I think of when I biked to Ohio Pile.
Yeah.
And you bike on the bike trail and there's these big groups of 40 people on bicycles and they go up and down. And there's like a buddy system. They all take care of each other. In what world are 60 people going exploring together and two of them die? I mean, ill preparedness. Do they not know how to
Were they vaccinated?
walk? Were they vaccinated?
Yeah, that's actually a whole nother article here.
About their vaccination.
Also, this is in Skamania County in
Okay, tough
Oregon,
name.
where
You play
harming.
baseball there?
I don't know if I played baseball there. Skamania County, harming Bigfoot is punishable by $1,000 fine and can include jail time, according to the county's chamber.
See,
of Commerce.
that's like goofy tourism. Like, remember the Manitoba, like the things they would put out in front. Like, that's like, oh, I don't know. Get these. I don't want to say they deserve to die. We don't, but how everything about this is like.
It's a bizarre article.
Like, how does that happen?
More than 700 reports of Bigfoot sightings in Washington State have been submitted to the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization. So, who's the idiot calling in 700 times
Bigfoot
here? It's got to be like one
take,
guy just fucking with them, right?
Isn't Bigfoot like they just had like grainy 70s footage of like hippies like goofing around and like wearing a costume and like. And it's not a real thing, right?
Yeah. So just for clarification, this was in Washington State. The men were from Oregon, so they traveled from Oregon.
Why didn't you start with that? Of course.
Well, would that have changed your guys' story?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Everybody knows Oregonians can't hike in Washington. Everybody knows.
Everyone knows Washingtonians don't practice cannibalism. Come on.
Right. Just and the Sasquatch, commonly known as Bigfoot, is a large, hairy figure that resembles a human. Is thought to live in the northwestern parts of the U.S. and Canada. The existence of Bigfoot has been debated for decades, and many have reported the sightings of the creature.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
Does it?
Or does it?
No,
and maybe
doesn't. And those two people died.
This is big Bigfoot corporation spreading lies on how these two gentlemen passed. It was the weather and ill preparedness when really
let's
was
go. I just got
Bigfoot. It was Bigfoot.
Next story.
Next story. This one will cheer you guys
that story
up.
actually had a happy ending.
Well, I got one more story for you.
Sure.
And this is recent. And I think this will actually be a good one to discuss because, we're kind of a travel podcast, right? Sax is all over the place. Pennsylvania, the states, exploring new places. And one of the ways that you get somewhere is a bus. Another way is a bike.
Love buses.
Or running. Or one of the more traditional ways to get somewhere a little bit further.
Now they're trying to lead us on here.
Plane.
A plane.
Plane.
A plane. Sax,
okay.
You travel planes often.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So just to kind of paint a picture here, you're going to Washington State.
Okay.
Search for Bigfoot. All right.
Okay.
That's about a 5-hour flight from Pittsburgh.
Yep.
I did it last year. Picture this. Packed plane. You're in the middle seat. You look to the middle. You look to the left of you.
Okay.
The guy's dead.
Ooh.
All right. So, which brings me into my story. Couple forced to sit next to dead body for hours on Qatar Airways flight. One of the passengers claims that there was few spare seats, but the flight attendants didn't offer to move them.
So was this like, were they like trying to move a body back to like a homeland or something? Or
a woman walked out of the toilet and collapsed near their row about 10 hours into the journey. Unfortunately, the lady couldn't be saved, which is pretty heartbreaking to watch. He added they tried to wheel her up towards business class, but she was quite a large lady and they couldn't get her through the aisle.
Oh my God. So usually when these like catastrophes happen, like anyway, you ass. No, it's like anywhere in the world, you're like, you're like close. You're like close. You're like, you're like close. You're like, you're like close. 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 You're like c
We're gonna have to cut this.
You gotta keep some of that in.
So a real conundrum they found themselves in.
But
So
here's the thing about air travel, right? It is where the airplanes fly, if they say they get an engine that fails, right? Anywhere in the world, they have to be within a certain like range of a place where they can land without an engine. They can basically glide to why didn't they go to like an airport to help her out? They just flew with a dead lady?
I think they were on their way from Melbourne to Doha en route to Italy. They were already 10 hours in. They're in the middle of nowhere, probably.
Indian Ocean. Africa.
There's planes that disappear there.
You know what? I take my point back. Wow. And then they tried, man.
Yeah, and I guess the person that was complaining said, "Can you move me over, please?" And they said, "Yes, no problem." And then they placed the lady in the chair I was in.
These are like big airlines with like 220 seats. Like, there wasn't a different place they could put that person?
Yeah.
Like in a bathroom?
Oh, it's rough. This is rough. Yeah, like, what do you really do? Like, let's put on our thinking caps here.
Have you seen a bathroom in a plane?
You just throw the dead body in there. It's
prop
like
them upright,
flopping around.
I'm not talking about just any dead body.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Well, I mean, like, you know that last row that the flight attendants always put like their tote bags and their like reading materials, and there's probably one of that. Maybe
you want to put her in an overhead compartment?
See, to me, I would be like, put that dead body next to me, please, because that's like free flights for like you can like, you know what I mean? Like, I would be putting my Instagram like, join me today as I sit beside a dead body on the airplane. I had to share this content, baby.
The person writing this story knew what they were doing, because this is just absolutely. I mean, listen, thoughts and prayers with the family here. Did you
go on like Dead Reddit or something? Where are you getting these stories?
No, this one is from the credible news.sky.com.
Is this just what like flows into your like Apple News?
I don't know how I found this one. I just typed in weird news stories and Bigfoot came up, and then this one was the very next one.
I love it.
Say no more.
Love it.
This is bizarre. I can't believe it. So yeah, I was gonna ask you guys. I think I already got it, but like, this happens to you if you're on a flight from Pittsburgh to Washington.
Okay. What
are we doing here?
Well, if it's like, Pittsburgh to Washington, it's such a short flight.
Washington State.
Oh, Washington State. Yeah. I mean, they would divert the plane. This wouldn't be an issue.
Okay. But, let's go then. Pittsburgh to London, 8 hours.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Again, I would be stoked, and I really would.
You're flying for free, I guess. I mean,
can you imagine the clicks on that alone?
Yeah, that's rough. I mean, that's a long time to sit next to a dead body.
It's got to be a certain amount of time before they start to like smell, though. You know,
I think that's pretty fresh, right?
Yeah, it would probably take like 24 hours. I think. I don't know. I'm
acting
like I know what I'm acting like I know what a decomposing body.
Scott just goes into intimate detail. No, it takes about 24 hours for the flesh to start to.
Yeah, I was going to type that in, but then the FBI is going to be all over me. If I type in how long does it take for a dead body.
Yeah, I want to see your algorithm tomorrow.
Like,
hey, guys, Casey Anthony's back on TikTok. So
that is true. Let's talk about that. Casey Anthony has made news earlier this week as she has taken to TikTok fame. If you don't remember Casey Anthony.
I don't remember who Casey Anthony is.
Who is it? Really?
Really?
No.
All right.
I was probably drinking when this story was happening.
Yeah.
So Casey Anthony was famous for a trial that happened back in, now it has to be, it was over a decade ago that she was acquitted for drowning. I believe it was drowning. Her kid's okay. 38-year-old made her social media debut on TikTok March 1st, over a decade after she was acquitted of 1 count of murder, 1 count of aggravated manslaughter, and 1 count of child abuse in 2008 of her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee Anthony.
So she was
Casey-
acquitted. So is this like an OJ situation where people are
Ye-
like, everybody knows you done did it, lady?
Yeah. Now,
yeah, but
I'm
she
not,
got the court in Florida, so it's a different story.
Okay.
right. So her plan on using TikTok is to help others using her personal experience navigate the
Killing her
legal
baby.
system.
Yes.
Navigate the legal system.
the legal system.
Some might call that a lawyer if you want to go get one. If you're in trouble, I would advise that. I don't know much about Casey Anthony. I know that she was acquitted and she is now taken to a new hobby, and that is helping others in unfortunate situations. She calls herself a legal advocate. So, I am a researcher. I've been in the legal field since 2011, and in this capacity, I feel that it's necessary, if I'm going to continue to operate appropriately as a legal advocate, that I start to advocate for myself and also advocate for my daughter.
And also make videos that are over 1 minute that people will rage bait and I will make money off of.
Exactly. So, a lot of crazy stuff, and that kind of reminds me. I know we're pushing 36 minutes here, but I watched the
good number, good year,
yeah,
good age.
exactly. We're in our Bettis minute here. I'll close it out with this, and then one last note that Scott will bring us into regarding our next week of travels here.
Oh yeah,
But
C10 house.
let's start doing recs on this show, right? Like maybe each of it, one week, everyone brings like a recommendation, right?
All right.
For us to follow. And I like shows. Scott and I are watching Severance right now. An incredible show. Sax, have you started it yet?
Saw the first season, spectacular.
Oh, it's
I just want to
unbelievable.
watch it all. I want to watch it all in one clip.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for it to
highly recommend that, because if you take a break, there's a lot that you forget, and it's easy just to do it.
Someone told me today that I have yet to watch the most recent episode from last Friday, but someone told me
unbelievable.
Someone told me it was a top 5 episode in television history.
Nice. That whole first season's like perfect.
Really good. Yeah. I don't know if I would go that far. It was very good. That's not my rec. My rec is the Gabby Petito documentary on Netflix, because we're sticking with this.
Is this also like a murder?
It's also a murder.
Dude, doc. What the heck?
I don't know. I had no plan going into this podcast.
You might need
the direction that we've
Casey
been started
Anthony.
in.
You might need to DM Casey Anthony, Adam.
You think she needs a lawyer?
I think you need one.
Gabby Petito. Who's that? Rick Petito? Who is Gabby Petito?
No.
Petito's...
So very sad story. Very, very sad story. God. Nothing to laugh about here, Sax boy. Don't laugh.
Yeah. What are you?
All right.
Shit?
All right.
Don't you dare laugh. You can do whatever you want. This is my rec. It's a 3-part documentary about a girl who goes on a van trip with her boyfriend across country from Northport, Florida, all the way up until, I think, Wyoming, Scott, right?
Jackson Hole, yeah.
Jackson Hole, Wyoming. He comes back and immediately lawyers up, and she's nowhere to be found.
Oh.
And the interesting part about this documentary is it's all on video pretty much up until the act happens, because she wanted to be a van blogger and an influencer. So it's pretty wild stuff. These Netflix documentaries always, I mean, it also points out like a lot of stuff with like domestic abuse and like how to find help. So it's very helpful in that sense. It kind of comes to like more of a like, hey, this is what we're doing now type of thing to prevent this. But it's incredible now. You think about it nowadays, like how many people are filming things and how much stuff is on TikTok and stuff that we capture that we don't even necessarily think we're capturing. Right. And it's all out there for the world to see. This is all out there for the world to see. So I've watched like a lot of these like mystery murder docs. Like this one, you pretty much know what's going to happen, but it's just the way it was, how they did it and how it was filmed and the interviews. I thought it was really well done. I mean,
yeah, I mean there's like a whole like thing online of like independent like investigators and stuff.
Right.
Because there's so much information out there. And it's like, you remember like when you saw like The Last Dance or like any sort of like band documentary or something, and you're like, how do they have all this footage of like the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s? How do they have all this stuff to call through? And it was only like famous people that were being recorded all the time. Now everybody's getting recorded like all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Like, dude, when I'm out there recording, there's so much video footage I got, man. It's nuts. Well, hey, the murder hour.
we're gonna look back like 10 years from now. They're gonna be trying to solve a murder in Pittsburgh, and they're gonna find the suspect in the dorm room for adults video, like lurking around. Like, this is how we got him. So that's my rec. We do have an interesting week ahead of us, boys.
I'm so excited.
In 2 days from now, or let's say 9 days, I believe, right? Next Thursday, we are going to be heading down to Bradenton. Scott, why don't you walk us through what that's going to entail?
And I'm assuming we're going to have an episode next week so we can go into even more detail then. But the three of us, along with our other friend another Adam, are going down to Bradenton to spring training. We've got a content house created. We're renting a content
renting an Airbnb.
We're calling it the content house. We're gonna create some awesome content for the Saxcast, for Bucko Banner.
I'm making a content house song.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if I'll sing for you, Sax, but I'll do something. I'll dance or something. I don't care. And it's going to be fun, man. There's going to be a lot of content pumping out that week. It's going to be a really, really fun 4 days, long weekend for us. And I'm excited to get down to Bradenton. I don't know about you guys.
I just like the idea because you always see like online people, like, remember the old like Vine houses and stuff?
Yeah.
And like you just get in a space where a bunch of people are making social media, and there's something so douchey about it that's kind of like, I love it.
Yeah, I love it. That's like, great.
What's realistically going to happen? We're just going to have a great time hanging out and then record some podcasts. And but like, I like the idea of, maybe some mischief. Maybe I'll be doing some like jackass stunts, like opening doors while people are sleeping. And no, I'm just kidding. That's not how I roll. But I just love the idea of a content house. It's so 2025 and so stupid that it'd be great. Just like a bunch of white dudes in a house. I mean,
classic.
Think of it. That's like a lot of television was, content houses. The Real World.
I was gonna say white
Road
dudes
World,
in houses.
Big Brother, Big Brother.
I don't like this framing. I'm Italian. I'm not white. So,
all right.
On that note,
go follow us on the Saxcast on all social media. Hopefully, we'll have some more content coming your way before the next episode. If you don't already, go to Saxboy Billy 18 on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, share the video. Give us any recommendations, maybe a news story or a rec that you want us to talk about.
A murder story?
Yeah. This one went off the rails this week. That's my bad. I'll take that for the team.
It's all good, bro.
But it was fun. I enjoyed talking about it, and maybe I'll do it again. I'm going to hijack the next pod, too.
Now I'm going to go commit it.
And, we appreciate the support. Thank you for listening. If you are listening, go leave a 5-star review, download the episode. It helps a ton, trust me. And then go follow Bucko Banter for some spring training videos and content coming your way. We got some exciting stuff planned. But until next time, I'll see you guys next week.
Content house.
See you guys.
Later, boys.